Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here, welcome back to another video. So today, finally, we've heard some more news about Delta Force Hawk Ops. The alpha, the long-awaited alpha test, has gotten a new date. So in this video, we're going to go into all of the details about that and all the different ways that you guys can secure yourselves an alpha key, because I know a lot of you are excited and raring to get into this test to give it a go, much like myself. And then we're also going to go over some of the answers to a recent Q&A with the game director Shadow, which directly tackles a lot of issues and a lot of concerns, I suppose, that people have had with the game. I've seen a lot of comments in, my videos and other places on the internet about a lot of these things here, so I think that'll be interesting to take a look at. Before we begin though, guys, if you do enjoy the content here on the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Plenty more to come here on Delta Force and, of course, Battlefield, so if that's something that interests you, make sure that you are subscribed. Over 60% of you guys who watch my videos aren't, so if you're seeing these in your recommended section and you maybe think you're subscribed but you aren't, please go and check that out and subscribe if you're not, because that really does help the channel a ton. And as always, thank you guys so much for your support. So let's just jump straight into their statement here. So they say, operators, we are excited to announce that the PC alpha test for Delta Force Hawk Ops in Europe and North America will begin on August the 6th. Thanks to your valuable feedback from the recent technical test, we are continuing to develop and optimize the game. A huge thank you to everyone who added the game to their Steam wishlists. As of July 22nd, we've reached over 600,000 wishlists. And if we actually go and take a look at the most wishlisted upcoming games on Steam over on SteamDB, Delta Force is currently sat at number 46, so that's pretty impressive. So with that said, let's go over a few different ways that you guys can secure yourselves an alpha key. So first of all, we've got the obvious ways. You can head over to the Delta Force Hawk Ops page on Steam and you can sign up for the alpha test there, and if you're lucky you might get accepted there. Then you can go over to the official website, which I will link down below. You can sign up for an account and then you've got another chance to get in. There are also a bunch of giveaways regularly happening over on the official Discord. So at the moment there's this one here where they're giving away 90 keys, and those will be announced on the 5th of August, so all you have to do is head over there and click the participate button. If you head over to X, they are going to be giving away 100 alpha keys there, and you've just got to go and follow them and retweet them and like them and some stuff like that. I myself will also be giving away some alpha keys on my X account, so if you guys go and click the link in the description down below and follow the instructions, you can also enter the giveaway on my channel. I'm sure a lot of other content creators are going to be doing giveaways of their own, so if you take the time to go and do all of these things, you're going to give yourself the best chance, let's say, of making it into the alpha test. But fear not, if you don't get in there on the 6th of August and you're having to just watch people play the game on Twitch, there are also going to be Twitch drops. So I will be streaming the game as much as I possibly can, both here on YouTube and also on Twitch. But I do recommend, if you guys do want to watch my channel, that you watch me on Twitch, because like I say, there are going to be drops enabled, and the drop is going to be alpha access to the game. I'm not sure how many of these they're going to give away. I think it's for around an hour of watch time. So there are a ton of different ways you can get into the alpha. If you want to get access, you're pretty much, I would say, like almost guaranteed if you put in a little bit of time and effort to find all the ways of doing so. Okay, so that being said, let's get into some of the answers from the latest Q&A here. So the first question here is, what is the launch date for Delta Force? And they say, once the PC alpha test has wrapped up, we will focus our attention on evaluating the feedback and current state of the game. This will help us determine the ideal launch window, but in my heart, I hope we can get the game into your hands as soon as possible. And this is the game director speaking here. So as expected, they're not going to announce the actual launch date yet. I do believe it is slated to launch this year though, and not later on in 2025, but who knows, look what happened with the alpha. Delays can happen, so I also wouldn't be super surprised if it does get delayed until 2025, and really I have no problem with that either. Whatever's best for the game, that's what's best for us. The next one is about the status of the mobile and console versions. I know a lot of you guys, especially console players, have been asking if this game is going to be coming to console as well. So they say here, regarding the mobile version, I've seen lots of fans and creators on YouTube very interested in the Chinese mobile playtest, with some even playing the Chinese version. However, we want to ensure that the game can function on a wide variety of mobile phone models used overseas, so we need some time to work on this, but we hope to have the mobile version available soon. As for consoles, this is actually our first time to develop a game for consoles, and that explains why our console versions need a little more time compared to the other platforms. However, we have invited console experts to assist us, and we're already having a great time in the studio playing Delta Force on a controller, so rest assured we're making good progress here too. So just to clarify, the alpha test is, as far as I know, only going to be on PC. It may be on mobile as well in Europe, not 100% on that, but it's definitely not going to be on console, unfortunately. For those who don't know, Team Jade, I believe they've only developed mobile games up until now, so whilst they are pretty well versed in that world, they have never developed a game for console before, but that is definitely something that is in the works. Next question here, will paid cosmetics be grounded in the world of Delta Force? So they say we want to maintain the integrity of the Delta Force experience across all aspects of the game. This means adhering to a modern, realistic military theme when designing new skins and cosmetics for the game. A lot of people saw the operators and they said, oh, you know, this is a hero shooter. There's going to be another question on heroes and it being a hero shooter later on in the Q&A, but I think that led a lot of people to believe that there will be these kind of weird cosmetics. I have to say, so far, I'm pretty okay with the cosmetics that I've seen for the game. I do think they seem quite grounded in the setting of the game and realism, really. There hasn't been anything that's too funky or, like, colourful or out there that doesn't really fit that military theme. I'm not really somebody who cares about cosmetics per se. I just want to play the game for the gameplay, but I definitely don't want cosmetics that are going to ruin the atmosphere of the game, so that certainly is good news. Okay, next question. What type of anti-cheat do you use, and is it trustworthy? So they say combating cheaters is one of our top priorities. In fact, I personally take an active role in this aspect of development, collaborating with our top security experts to create the GTI Security Anti-Cheat Team. Our mission is to ensure a fun and fair gaming environment. In addition, any updates to our anti-cheat tools and techniques will be included in our regular dev diaries so that players can stay informed and track our progress. So, it doesn't really tell us a whole lot. Yes, they have some kind of security anti-cheat team. Yes, they have some anti-cheat systems in place, but how good are they going to be? We don't really know. I mean, it's the eternal battle, isn't it? Anti-cheat systems and the people who develop them versus the cheat developers and the cheaters. It's going to go on forever. It's always going to be there. It's always more of an issue with a free-to-play game, and I suppose we'll just have to see how it turns out with Delta Force. Okay, next here, what will be the frequency of content updates, and how often will seasons be updated? Will there be paid and free battle passes? So each season is going to last between 2 and 3 months, during which time we will add new maps, operators, weapons, and vehicles, as well as new thematic elements for both Havoc Warfare and Hazard Operations. So that's really good. Definitely a good cadence of release on content there. In terms of our content pipeline, we've already started working on content for Season 4, so players can definitely expect a wealth of content post-launch. And as for the Battle Pass, yes, we will include both free and paid tiers. Then this next one's quite interesting. Will there be more remastered content from classic Delta Force games? Absolutely, we plan to remake additional classic maps for our Havoc Warfare game mode. We'll also be counting votes amongst the team for their favourite old school Delta Force maps, and then giving those old favourites the remake treatment too. So at the moment we have the map called Cracked. I believe that's the only remade one that I've seen, although to be honest I haven't really played most of the old Delta Force games, so I couldn't really tell you if it's like a one-to-one recreation or not. But if you have played the Cracked map, the original one back in the day, drop me a comment down below and let me know what you think of it. Alright, this next one is about the operators. So the question is, will it be possible to play without operators, aka characters with unique skills, or to just play as different classes instead? They say that we don't have plans for such a mode. However, I understand your concerns, and I can assure you that I have no intention to turn Delta Force into a hero shooter. I encourage players with such fears to experience the game for themselves during the PC alpha test, and to try out the added tactical depth our operators bring to the game. These tactical options open up the gameplay in unique and interesting ways while not overpowering the experience or negatively impacting gameplay. So I think as soon as anybody sees a character that has certain abilities that are tied to that specific character, there is a tendency to just shout, "Hero shooter! lame, you know, and I think understandably so. We've all heard enough, we've all seen enough hero shooters over the past few months and years, and whenever people see characters that have those sort of abilities, they kind of tie it to that. But hero shooter is, I don't know, it kind of conjures up images in my brain of something a little bit immature, maybe than a game like Delta Force, a military game. But as always, the proof is going to be in the pudding, and just like you guys, I'm looking forward to trying it out for myself in the alpha test. And question 8 here is, will there be dynamic weather system or other types of dynamic events? So they say our game engine currently utilizes a 24-hour weather system, and players will encounter a randomly determined weather type and time whenever they enter a map. For those eager for more dynamic weather events, we do have plans to add these in the future. So pretty much like what Battlefield 2042 are doing there. Now, as a little bonus question here, this one actually wasn't posted over on the Discord, but it was included in the YouTube video at the end after the main questions were finished, and I don't really know why it was a bonus question, because in my eyes it's one of the most important questions, and it is, why are there no fighter jets in the game? And he says, I'm considering adding them, but they haven't been developed yet. So that comes as a massive shock to me, because we haven't seen any gameplay of the jets, but we have seen cinematic trailers where the jets are flying overhead, and I'm sure that I've read somewhere on the website or heard from some source behind the game that there are going to be jets in there, but from the way he describes it here, it sounds like it's like, oh, we'd like to have it in the game, but we just haven't gotten around to putting it in there yet. So a little bit misleading on the marketing front there, I feel. I don't know what you guys feel about this. I don't really care all too much about there being jets in the game. To be honest, the vehicles in the game look extremely arcadey, even more so than Battlefield 2042, which is a hard feat to achieve. So for a person like me who enjoys vehicle play with a lot of skill depth and a high skill ceiling and all of that stuff, it's probably not a part of the game that I'm going to be particularly invested in, let's say. But nevertheless, this is a question I've gotten from a lot of you guys down in the comments, so yeah, hopefully that answers it. Hopefully they are going to add the jets in the future, and I guess we'll see. So guys, leave me your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think about Delta Force. Let me know if you want to try the alpha. And again, don't forget to go and check out my Twitter account. I haven't made the post yet, but by the time you guys see this video, it should be up there, and I'll pin it at the top so you guys can easily find it and enter that giveaway. And once again, I will be streaming the game plenty here and over on Twitch. There is a link to that down in the description, and there you guys should be able to get alpha access via a Twitch drop. Thank you guys for watching the video today. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.